mass protest and civil unrest coming to a city near you. All right, so all the other developing nations, they are already collapsing. All right, they've had these 2 years of being decimated, and now it's finally caught up to them. They're collapsing. Argentina collapsing, having massive inflation protests and inflation riots. Panama collapsing, having massive inflation protests and inflation riots. But now it's coming to the West, all right? It's coming to the developing nations. It's coming to your neighborhood next. All right, this is getting very serious. They are warning that in the UK, we will have massive food riots and civil unrest very soon. We'll get to that in just a second. But India also is having trouble with their rice crop. So they're having failure from extreme drought. All right. And I've made a whole video about this before, how India has accused China of manipulating the weather and stealing all their water because China just geoengineers so much and produces so much water that it's stealing water from India. This is real. I'll try to get the article up and source it again. I made a whole video on it. And now India is having rice crop failure because of this drought. All right. This is very serious. And look what's happening with China. We are gearing up for war with China. If you didn't see my other video, go watch that other video. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to break it down. There's something very serious going on with Taiwan that they're not telling us. All right. Not telling us. But India has literally accused China of stealing their water, and now they're having drought and rice crop failure. So this is going to contribute to civil unrest, people having food shortages, having starvation, migration, where people are just starving to death in these countries, and they're saying, screw this, I'm going somewhere else to find food. And then it just makes the shortages even worse where you are, all right, or where they're going. So over 75,000 people in the UK have signed a petition to not pay their fuel and energy bills come the winter and fall, because prices have gone up almost 300% in the past 9 months. 300% since last winter. That is insanity. 300%. And people are saying, hey, we are gonna freeze. All right, we're not going to be able to afford our energy. So people are coming together. They're starting movements to petition and say, hey, we're not going to pay this bill until you make a change. All right, so it's a little more complicated than that. Obviously, this depends on global supply chain. Fuel is on global markets. Energy is a global commodity. It's on global markets. So it's really hard just for an energy company to change the price. But people are standing up. People are fighting back. People want to do something. All right. People are getting upset. Joe Rogan was talking about this. He was saying that the administration has changed the definition of a recession. All right. And he says people know. People aren't stupid. We know what a recession is. It's 2 quarters in a row of negative GDP growth. That's exactly what we had. I believe we had negative 1.4, negative 0.9. 2 quarters in a row, technical definition of a recession. And they want to just deny it. They want to lie. They want to change the definition. And he said people are going to get upset. People are going to get angry. And he said they should be angry. All right? Everyone sees what's going on. All right, we know what we're heading towards. We know we're heading towards something big and something bad, where, like, what happens when you're working so much, but the gas to get to work costs half the money you're making, and then the food you ate for lunch is another 30% of what you made, and then, you know what I mean? It's like by the end of the day, you're just not even making any money because all the things that you need to live cost too much. You're not trying to live a luxurious lifestyle and like buy like a Gucci bag or something. We're just trying to live a normal life, you know, and we're getting priced out. Just trying to buy food and buy gas and get to work. Live a normal life, getting priced out. What are people gonna do? People are going to get desperate. They are gonna do desperate things. All right, we've seen these riots a few years ago. We've seen what can happen when people get really upset and really worked up about something. And when it starts hitting home, when it starts hitting the pantry, all right, for people's kids, even if you're getting EBT or whatever, that's not going to be enough soon. All right, it's going to start hitting the pantry. Bellies are going to be grumbling. All right, people are going to start doing desperate things for their kids and their family. All right, and we're already seeing this being warned for the UK. It's coming to the United States, don't worry. And the food banks they're running dry. All right, they're not getting enough donations, and then the donations that they get don't go as long as they used to go. They don't go as far as they used to go because the price of everything has gone up. All right, so people are getting squeezed. They want this. This is part of the plan. They want a revolution, all right? They know that hunger can motivate people. They've made whole reports on that, on hunger being a motivator for people. Like, they want to keep the population hungry so the population keeps working, so the population doesn't get lazy. They've done whole studies on this, whole agendas, whole research papers, and at colleges. They've studied it all, studied populations, and they've determined that if a population is a little bit hungry, always needs a little bit, then they're gonna be working a little bit harder. All right, because you're gonna work for that food. You're gonna work for that. And I'm not against working hard, all right, but I don't want to be social engineered. I don't want to be manipulated with my food like a Pavlovian dog or something. Like a bell rings and then I do something, you know. I don't want to be manipulated, all right, with my food as well. And I don't want my kids to be suffering. The baby formula shortage hasn't gotten any better at all. Hasn't gotten better. We were promised. The big guy came out. He was saying, oh, we're gonna do this, gonna take care of it, don't worry guys. Nothing happened. There's been no change. It's gotten worse. All right, I made a video on it just a couple weeks ago. My own footage in Target. Empty shelves. All right, I was there just last week again. Empty shelves. There's obviously a few little brands here and there, but there's a giant section for baby formula, and it's about 10% full. So this is real. This is an agenda, a plan. All right, we've seen all the attacks on our food supply, on all these processing facilities. All these things are happening at once. All right, this is a food war we are entering as well. All right, this is how they control populations. This is how they strangle them out. They control their food supply, cut off their food supply. Look at China's cutting off supplies from Taiwan right now. This is one of the first things you do in a war. So this is a war. Somebody is attacking our food supply. You guys tell me down below, who do you think it is? Who do you think is responsible for all this chaos? And do you think civil unrest is coming? All right, I hope not. Pray to God not. Let's hope there's a solution here. But I don't see anybody working on any solution for the food crisis, literally at all. I don't see any effort on it at all. At least some things they give some lip service to. It's just not even, they act like it's not even an issue. Food being so expensive, and then the upcoming shortages. So let me know what you guys think. Who's responsible? Who's doing this? Who's attacking our food supply? And thank you guys for watching me. You guys have a big old, blessed, beautiful, amazing day. Thank you guys.